Hello and welcome back to Crohn's Talk, episode 10. My name is Marcus. In previous episodes, I talked about a biologic medication that I was taking and it ended up not working. I also talked to you about my symptoms of joint pain. So when my doctor switched me to the infusions, luckily the joint pain has gone away, which is awesome. I'm less stiff in the morning, feel good. But the joint pain, if you remember from an earlier episode, it was like this traveling pain. So if you haven't watched, basically it would show up in one joint, let's say my wrist or a finger or an elbow or a shoulder, just all over. It would hurt like crazy, like it was an injury, like I had pulled something and needed to ice it and elevate and all that, like you were injured. And it would come out of nowhere, and it would be there for a couple of days usually, and then it would just go away. And all I could do was treat it with ibuprofen or acetaminophen, and sometimes ice it, and then a couple days later it would return in a different joint. So it was like this traveling pain. And it was always, my wife was, so where are you hurt today? And it was, something different. So anyway, my doctor was a little bit concerned about that, even though my initial symptoms when I first got sick, my largest symptoms was joint pain. And in fact, the severity of the joint pain masked the stomach aches for a long time, so they didn't test, like I'd said before. So the doctor decided to run a test and to find out, and turns out that I developed drug-induced lupus from taking that drug, from those injections. I still need to study up a little bit on what that means, but basically what the doctor said is it mimics the symptoms of lupus, especially the joint pain, and it can last up to a year and it just goes away. So it's not chronic like the Crohn's, but it can last for quite a while, and there's not a whole lot you can do about it once you've got it other than treat the symptoms as they show up. So luckily my infusions are dealing with that. They're dealing with the Crohn's and this drug-induced lupus. But that's, it's one of the risk factors. It was one of the side effects and known possibilities of that drug, and it happened. Not only did the drug stop working right away because of antibodies, it also gave me this drug-induced lupus. So that's great. I'm glad the infusions are working. I hope they continue to work, and that there aren't any further complications. But I'll have to look into that more and kind of learn what that means, and if there's anything I need to do specifically to keep from exacerbating those symptoms as well as the ones with Crohn's. So it's a journey. You all know it changes all the time. Symptoms come and they go, and you go from remission to relapse, and other things pop up. You're more susceptible. It's an autoimmune disease, and especially when you're taking these biologic medicines, you're susceptible to infection. So it seems like it's always something, right? You start to feel better, and then you find out you've got another problem. But that's just the life we lead. That's the way it goes. So again, feel grateful for what you've got. Take care of yourself. Know your limits, and do what you need to do to feel better, but also to live the life that you want to live. Let me know what you think, and if any of you have ever experienced that and want to share, please share, and I will catch you next time on Crohn's Talk.